Crew log, recorded during our slow traverse across Sector Helion. We expected open emptiness, perhaps a few wandering dust filaments, but instead our sensors traced the outline of something subtle, almost hesitant. A luminous ring, faint at first glance, suspended like a loose bracelet around an unseen center. It wasn't matter in any ordinary sense, but a boundary where starlight bent, as if passing through a thin lens laid gently across the void. At first, the crew spoke only in observations, numbers, angles, brightness curves scrolling across the console. Then the channel went quiet, not out of concern, but because none of us wanted to disturb the delicate presence hanging ahead of the ship. Each time our forward lights brushed across it, the ring shimmered, refracting into a brief spectrum that faded moments later. Its scale was difficult to judge, but our best estimate placed its radius large enough to feel architectural, yet simple enough to be entirely natural. We adjusted to minimal thrust and let ourselves drift. As the halo expanded across our forward windows, the boundary remained perfectly stable, a razor-thin sheet of airless distortion. Light from stars behind it arrived a fraction of a microsecond late, as if forced to slide along a longer, quieter path. Some theories aboard suggested a standing wave in space-time density left behind by an ancient passing mass, perhaps a collapsed object whose trajectory once brushed this region and moved on. Crossing the threshold was gentle, no vibration, dimming that washed the cockpit in muted violet tones. The hull registered a slight gravitational gradient across its length, measurable but harmless. On our monitors, the star, as if the universe took one slow breath and released it after we passed. Inside the ring's boundary, the ambient radiation field dropped by nearly 4%. Under normal conditions, that shift would barely register, but the uniformity of the reduction suggested a fine lattice of bending paths, an invisible architecture guiding high-energy particles around the cavity. If this was truly a relic of a passing mass, then we were witnessing a lingering echo. Gravity's memory etched into vacuum. Crew grew quiet again as we drifted through the interior. There was no sound except the steady hum of systems and the occasional soft chirp of sensors reacquiring calibration. Even a few of us pressed closer to the windows, watching stars subtly smear at the edges as the curvature field played with incoming light. We exited the far side as slowly as we entered. The boundary contracted behind us, restored to its delicate circular stillness. Now, as I record this, it recedes into the distance like a fading reflection on calm water. No revelation, no threat, no message, just a reminder that the cosmos carries its history in ways we rarely notice. Sometimes, if our timing is right, we drift through one of its quiet memories and understand how much of the universe exists in the traces it leaves behind. I suspect the halo will stay with us long after it disappears from our scopes. Some encounters do, even when the stars themselves move on.